break barriers, open doors for an inclusive society and development for all. That's the theme for International Day for Persons with Disabilities, celebrated today, December 3. Welcome to this Tuesday's edition of Jamaica Magazine. Happy you could join us. Coming up, we highlight persons with disabilities in our communities who defied the odds in 2013 and excelled in their various disciplines. And as the festive season approaches, we enjoy a performance from the Immaculate Conception High School Steel Pan Band. We delve into all this and more right after the news.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Oh, the sights and sounds of Christmas Jamaican style. Help us tell your stories through pictures. Or how about songs or poems bigging up Jamaica? We'd love to showcase them on the pages of Jamaica Magazine. Email us jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm and be sure to include your contact info. Let's end the year with a bang, and Christmas time in Jamaica is the most wonderful time of the year.
Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, December 3. The Foreign Affairs Ministers of Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago have engaged in 2 days of bilateral consultations to address trade and travel concerns between citizens of both countries. Trinidad's Foreign Affairs Minister Winston Ducaran is in the island for the meetings on the invitation of Minister A.J. Nicholson. The two ministers led a working lunch with members of the Jamaican private sector Monday, in which the trade deficit and energy subsidies in Trinidad came up as major concerns. But in a joint press conference before the start of bilateral talks, Senator Nicholson said free movement and hassle-free travel was the single most important issue affecting Jamaicans' perceptions of Trinidad and the benefits of CARICOM.
It has affected confidence in our regional integration movement. It has diminished goodwill on the part of many Jamaicans at home and in the diaspora towards Trinidad and Tobago. It has threatened to change patterns of consumption in Jamaica.
Senator Nicholson said the foundation was being laid for a collaborative approach that would redound to the mutual benefit of both countries. Trinidad's Foreign Affairs Minister likened the issue to an inflamed nerve, which had been exaggerated as changing global economic conditions impact on the fiscal space of regional countries.
That nerve links between the supermarkets in Jamaica to the immigration authorities in Piaco. And we are very much concerned about how that inflamed nerve has now transcended into a wider issue. And whatever solutions must be applied in order to cure that inflamed nerve.
The bilateral talks continued Tuesday, with both ministers signing an agreement for the way forward. Cabinet has approved a 5-year recapitalization project for the Jamaica Defence Force JDF, which will see the military replacing obsolete vehicles with newer ones. Under the project, the JDF will get 12 Thales Australia Bushmaster armoured personnel carriers to replace the V-150 armoured cars. The Thales Australia Bushmaster is designed to operate in both urban security operations and rugged terrain in the event of a natural disaster. The armoured vehicles, which will enhance the JDF's capacity to help citizens, are expected to be delivered in 2015. The 14 V-150s that are now with the JDF were purchased in 1976 and 1985 and have been used in many security and rescue operations. State Minister for Science, Technology, Energy and Mining Julian Robinson says government is focused on the use of broadband technologies to facilitate and enable business innovation.
There are many studies by many of the reputable development organizations that show that a 10% increase in broadband penetration in a country leads to about a 1% growth in GDP. And certainly for us in Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean, we believe that ICTs are the platform that will spur economic growth and development.
Minister Robinson was speaking ahead of the 12th Caribbean Ministerial Strategic ICT Seminar being hosted in Jamaica from December 2 to 6 at the Montego Bay Convention Center. Among other things, participants are discussing the rollout of broadband services across Caribbean countries under the Caribbean Communication Informational Structure Program. The faculty and 50-plus student body at the Reliance Basic School in Brayton, St. Catherine now have a new and improved facility. The new structure was built as part of the Food for the Poor Jamaica 50 campaign, which seeks to build and/or upgrade 50 early childhood schools over 50 months. This is the 18th school to be opened island-wide under the program. The previous structure, which doubled as a community center, did not have enough space for the school population. The new facility comprises 3 classrooms, a sick bay, office for the teaching staff, kitchen and bathrooms.
And now that the institution has been so beautifully reconstructed, the children are motivated to learn harder.
The work is a collaborative effort of Food for the Poor Jamaica and Canada, the Canadian-based Helping Hands Jamaica Foundation, and the Brayton Citizens Association. And finally, Labour and Social Security Minister Derek Kelly is asserting that persons with disabilities can make a meaningful contribution to Jamaica's labour market and boost productivity. Minister Kelly, who was speaking recently at the Abilities Foundation's annual Open Day, said the organization's participation in the Social Inclusion Project would bolster those efforts. The Social Inclusion Project, which is funded by the Inter-American Development Bank, seeks to develop projects and offer training to persons with disabilities to make them more employable.
With the success of our participation in this project, the Society will see disabled young people under the auspices of the Foundation making that great stride from being trainees to being active and productive members of the national workforce.
The Abilities Foundation's Open Day also marked the handing over ceremony for 18 wheelchairs donated by the Harris Vision Foundation, a charitable organization based in New York. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.
There'll be a better tomorrow. 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 There'll be a day. There'll be a way. There'll come a time to sing a brand new song. There'll be a better tomorrow.
The government actively supports the inclusion of persons with disabilities and over the years has made strides in creating the necessary policies and legislations. Number 5 of the government's strategic priority this fiscal year is effective social inclusion of the most vulnerable in society, which includes persons with disabilities. As we celebrate International Day for Persons with Disabilities, let's highlight some who have defied the odds in 2013 and made use of their abilities.
We can make it if we try. Only if we try. Hold your head up, hold it tight. Got to hold it tight. Journey on and never stop. We can make it to the top. We can make
Jamaicans are known internationally for their sports prowess across the world. And today we have with us a group, Deaf Sports Jamaica, who will be heading to Bulgaria next month for their first ever Olympics. We indeed are looking forward to hear just how they're doing this. For the first time in Jamaica's history, we have a contingent of deaf athletes who will be heading to the 22nd Deaf Olympics in Sofia, Bulgaria. All this was made possible by the initiation of Deaf Sports Jamaica, headed by President Kevin MacDonald.
How we got invited to that was we did our own research, and then they wrote us and said, we can accommodate you to participate in the Deaf Olympics, and they were really excited about that, so we're working really hard because that will be the first experience.
Deaf Sports Jamaica is the governing sports body for the deaf in Jamaica. Started officially in 2010, it's recognized by the Ministry of Sports and has the authority to host sports competitions at all levels for the deaf in Jamaica. Its flagship event to date is the annual National Sports Day. But how did this organization start?
We set up a steering committee and we invited different people to be involved. from the Jamaica Association for the Deaf.
But when the group contacted the International Committee for Deaf Sports, they discovered someone else had already set up a local body.
And his name was Peter Kavanagh. And we made contact with him and we invited him to the meetings. And that's where it started. And now we're merged together. And we have one organization.
The organization's athletes have participated in a number of local and international meets. Chief among these is the 2013 UTEC Classics locally and internationally, the World Deaf Athletic Championship in Canada, held in July 2012.
We didn't win any medals, but I believe that we brought a beautiful history to Jamaica, knowing that we are the first deaf Jamaicans who participated in that. That is history in an international game.
The team is now looking to make history again on their sojourn to the Deaf Olympics game dubbed Deaflympic in Bulgaria this summer. As with any group of sportsmen and women, there are challenges, as their coach explains.
Fine so far, but they need to come out more often.
Coach Sutar, who has worked with deaf athletes for over 20 years and has been training the Deaf Sports Jamaica athletes for the past 6 months, expresses his desire for the team.
I'm told that there's a deaf circuit where the deaf go regularly and compete with other international deaf athletes. And I'm hoping that we'll reach there where we're on that circuit.
Deaf Sports Jamaica is not only engaged in athletics, but other sports such as football and basketball. But how do some of the top athletes feel about the movement?
It's going well, I'm enjoying it, and I continue to come to training often. And I don't miss any training at all. Last year, with the Canadian Athletic Championships, I came 4th, and in the 200 meter 5th, and in the relay 5th. But this year, I'm hoping to win. I'm hoping to beat Bolt record. We'll see. I'm gonna try. Training is hard, but I'm ready. I've qualified for the Olympics, the Deaf Olympics already. I'm really happy about being a part of deaf sports because I want the world to see that deaf people can run. I'm hoping to do my best and don't be nervous and just continue doing what I do best, which is running.
Major sponsors for the team to the Olympics are the Ministry of Sports and the Sports Development Foundation. While sponsorship is critical, the team is also making an appeal to Jamaica for greater inclusion.
Honestly, we need to tell them that we need a lot of competition because it's our first time and we're not getting a lot of competition because we're deaf. We want more exposure. We want deaf athletes to be involved in all track invitationals. For example, if they have a local or international event, allow us to participate. With our trip going to Bulgaria, it will be making history, and that will be the best way they can help us possible.
We can make it if we try. Only if we try. Hold your head up, hold it tight. Got to hold it tight. Journey on and never stop. We can make it to the top.
Great things happening here at Deaf Sports Jamaica. No doubt we're looking for great accomplishments from this group. For Sports Spotlight, I'm Tamara McHale.
Hi, this is Tessan, and I want all you young people to listen to me very carefully. Crime doesn't pay. You can do so much with your life. Don't throw it away in some gang. Stay in school and work hard for what it is you want. It's up to you. Your future will be determined by the decisions you make. Remember, a gang is a dead end.
A message from the Ministry of National Security.
The government and other stakeholders have recently taken steps to reduce the number of students who loiter in the Halfway Tree Transport Center. It's an important initiative we told you about last week and is worthy of a reminder now.
It goes without saying, young people need to have fun. They need a place to socialize with friends and catch up on the latest happenings. But when socializing becomes excessive, when it begins to disrupt the activities of the public and becomes a nuisance, then it becomes a problem. That has been the case at the Halfway Tree Transport Center, particularly on Friday evenings, and the government is taking notice, moving quickly to institute measures to reduce loitering in the bus park.
Don't forget, no, just to know yourself's a blessing. Don't forget, no, second guessing is regret.
For many reasons, loitering after school is a bad idea. Ever heard the saying, the devil finds work for idle hands? Lingering on the streets long after school could leave young people open to danger. Children get into fights, get hurt in accidents, and run the risk of becoming targets for abuse. So the Ministry of National Security is taking steps to reduce loitering in bus parks. As part of the initiative, the National Security Minister took the time to encourage students to behave themselves, stay in school, and avoid gangs.
If you drop out of school, you're 6 times more likely to become a gang member. If you become a gang member, you are 10 times more likely to end up in prison or dead. We don't want that for you. We want discipline, we want order, and you can still be cool and have fun like these guys here and girls, keeping calm and avoiding gangs.
Happy time, yeah. When a happy time, you know where to find me. It's a night there, in the streets we are there. Happy time, yeah. When a happy time, you know where to find me. It's a night there, in the streets we are there.
Under its crime prevention program, the National Security Ministry partnered with the Art of Living Foundation to spread the message of hope to the children.
Either you choose peace and walk away from a fight, or you get into a fight and destroy your own future. What we choose to do right now will reflect to the rest of your whole life. What we choose as an action right now will echo in your future. We need to take a promise to stay away from violence, a promise to stay away from crime, a promise to go home and educate ourselves better so that we can grow up and contribute to this country. Love God, love your country, love its people. This is the only way ahead for us. What we really want out is the youth to start accepting responsibility of their own actions. What we want them to really do is start making the change and change to better themselves so that we can have a better country tomorrow.
And the Education Minister added his voice to the call for change, encouraging the youngsters to make the most of their youth.
If you want to live happily, if you want to live purposefully, don't waste your time when you're a youth fooling around in situations where you're likely to be made vulnerable and where you're likely to be compromised.
So let's straighten up and fly right. Let's make this transport center a center of liberty, not of looseness, a center of order, not of disorder.
Minister Thwaites commended the initiative and reiterated the call for healthy recreational activities for children.
If people have a lot of sports activity, a lot of cultural activity, if they have a great deal of participation in uniform groups, this makes for a far more purposeful use of time than hanging around here.
The Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, has also joined forces with the police, student organizations, principals, and other stakeholders to address reported antisocial and other inappropriate behavior by students at the Halfway Tree Transport Center. Marshals have been posted at the center, particularly on Fridays, to help reduce the bundling of students. The marshals are mainly former teachers and representatives of various parent-teacher associations.
It has been fairly successful. We have had a much a listening of the build-up of kids in there on Friday evenings, and we have been able to move out in a better way and in a way that matches the transport flows in the evening.
The authorities also used the occasion at the Halfway Tree Transport Center to show an excerpt of a documentary entitled Song of Redemption, a piece that goes inside the prison system highlighting what happens to convicted criminals.
Hallelujah. Oh, yeah. My reality today is that I'm a prisoner. You know, it's not my dream to be a prisoner tomorrow. But knowing that it's a fact and it's for real, I'm not gonna hide from my reality.
Mentally and emotionally, why I'm having to other prison is because what I have done. So just being here is a reminder every day for me of what I have done.
You wanna know more? No toilet is in my cell. If I want to urinate, I have to get my bucket. That's number one.
Inside your mirror, are you truly happy?
So the government and other stakeholders have taken steps to reduce the number of students who loiter at the Halfway Tree Transport Center. But we all have a part to play. It's up to each of us, parents, teachers, and guardians, to encourage the younger ones to do the right thing. And the students, you're smart. Accept responsibility for your actions and reset the thing. We know you have the courage to do things differently.
Don't forget, no, just to know yourself's a blessing. Don't forget, no, second guessing.
Me at 15, me now run down no baby daddy, me a stay in a school, be married, get my education, so young girls, if you no mess up, get up, brush off, and remember, nourish.
The festive season is here, but if you aren't feeling the Christmas spirit quite yet, here's to hoping this musical performance from some talented schoolgirls will lift your spirits.
Christmas means that you should give to people and not try to think about receiving things.
Breadfruit roasting on an open fire, Santa ketchup in a mango tree, and Christmas Jamaican style are some of my favorite Jamaican Christmas carols. What's yours? We went out the road to find out.
Silent Night, because I sing it well. Let me give you a piece. Silent night, holy night.
Oh, holy night. Soft and, soothing, You just give me the feeling. You just give me that nice feeling.
Joy to the world, and reason for that is that because it is so traditional and cultural with Christmas, and whenever you hear it, you can hear the Christmas feeling, Christmas surroundings around it, and it's easy to remember.
My favorite Christmas carol is the first Noel. Why? Because my first child, my first son name is Noel.
Well, my favorite Christmas carol is All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey. Well, her version is kind of upbeat and fun.
Away in a Manger, because it reminds me of the birth of Jesus.
I love Mariah Carey's album. It gives me that warm feeling, brings back childhood memories. Or Holy Night, anything that she sings on that album.
My favorite Christmas carol is Jingle Bells. It's catchy and it's the one that I keep remembering.
Away in a manger, and it's because Jesus was born.
O come all ye faithful. That's the one that's Christmas carol now referring Christ calling everybody to come under his arm and bosom for protection at Christmas. So I always remember that. O come all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant, O come ye to Bethlehem.
That's it for Jamaica Magazine today. I had so much fun celebrating our people with abilities and caught a bit of the Christmas spirit. How about you? Remember to stay informed about all things Jamaican by clicking on our website, jis.gov.jm. Plus, keep connected through social media via our Facebook and Twitter pages. I'm Adrian Atkinson, and on behalf of the entire production team here at the JIS, have yourselves a peaceful evening.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.